Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. Now, here's your host, Allison Gappa.
Gappa alongside Heather Healy, Mason Prince, and our very loud and athletic live studio audience who's in there.
Very athletic. We have the men's rugby team who is preparing to host the first Big 12 tournament in Norman this weekend.
I don't think they heard you, but that's not all that we have. We have members of the women's gymnastics team here as well.
We do, including gymnast Chayse Caps. We'll talk with her later on.
Well, coming up later in the show, we'll give you an inside look on how one member of the women's gymnastic family faces adversity.
And coming up a little later in Face Off, Heather and I debate Blake Bell's draft stock.
Well, we like to start the show off on a high note. We call it Launchpad. It's the week's biggest news in OU athletics. So we're talking number 16 Oklahoma basketball taking on TCU. Let's take a look at this action. Buddy Hield, you know, getting his groove on while he's dancing before the game. First half, Ryan Spangler to Hild. He knocks down the three. Looks like those dance moves working out. OU up one. Later on in the first, quick pass to TCU's Anderson for the three. TCU up 6. Second half, OU trying to get something going. Hild for three. It's good. OU ties it at 48. Under 3 to go. Tayshawn Thomas fakes a shot, drives it, throws it down. OU wins it 67-60. Well, you've seen the action. It's now time to break this one down. OU did trail a lot in the game, in the Spurs. First half especially. Mason, what'd they do in the first half that couldn't get things going?
Well, as a jump shooting team, they just couldn't get their jump shots to fall. They shot 40% from the field, and a team that's normally on fire from behind the arc only shot 28% in the first half. It seems like the Sooners were caught off guard with how fast TCU was willing to play. At one point, OU had 5 turnovers, and 4 of those were thanks to Jordan Woodard. Right before halftime, TCU got their largest lead at 12, but the Sooners shrunk it down to 8 before heading to the locker room.
Well, Buddy Hield did step up 21 points, a career-high 13 rebounds. Heather, how did they get out of that slump?
That's right. Well, you might have thought that at the half it would have been over, but oh no, Tayshawn Thomas breaks loose late in the second half to give the Sooners the lead, 58-56. But that was just the beginning. Here's where the fun turns up. Here comes Buddy Hield, the Big 12's leading scorer, having a huge night with those 21 points and 13 rebounds, helping the Sooners rally to defeat the Horned Frogs 67-60 and having them heading back on that train to Fort Worth winless. The Sooners' next target, Iowa State tonight at 8 o'clock in Ames.
Sure to be a good one. Well, plenty of Sooner action to choose from for the week for MVPs. Mason, who's your MVP?
My MVP is going to be Tayshawn Thomas. He had a great game against TCU. Buddy had a great game too, but he finished with 15 points and had some big buckets, but the most important came with an and-one dunk with 6 minutes left in the game. His late heroics weren't done yet, though, as he put the team on top 58-56, and the very next possession had a huge dunk to push the lead to 4. TCU couldn't recover.
All right, Heather, who's your MVP?
Mine has got to be women's gymnastics, Healy Skaman. She returned to her home state on Illinois on Friday and absolutely killed it, being the top scorer in bars with a score of 9.925. That's the best in the season for her, and tied for first in the vault and floor events with a 9.925 as well. I guess that's the lucky number for Friday.
It is.
She also was named Big 12 Gymnast of the Year last year, and why can't she be named this year? Hello.
That's right.
She's got a good season. So.
All right, well, thanks so much, guys. Our own Matt McCullock caught up with Allan Bauer on being named to the U.S. Senior National Team in this week's Spotlight.
Allan, you guys have been on a terror this year. Yep. You guys set the NCAA score record a couple weeks ago, and then on Friday beat that record again.
We did.
Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, it was just an awesome experience. We went in there, we hit our sets. Like our team captain said before, just go in. I mean, we do it every day in the gym, so we just kind of went in there and we had fun. Once we got going, started off on floor, and we nailed the floor, and it kind of got us rolling throughout the meet. So it was a blast.
Absolutely. Well, you know, OU has always had really good teams in the past, but what makes this year's team so much different?
I mean, I feel like a lot of it has to do with our team captains this year. We got a freshman this year who's really good, Hunter Justice. So, I mean, our team captains kind of bringing us close together. Our coaches, obviously, they know what they're doing. So we got us on like a really good schedule. And I don't know, we're just all just working together. Want that win at NCAA. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you were recently named the U.S. Senior Men's National Team. That has to be quite the honor, being able to represent your country.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. it was a great meet. I hit 11 out of 12 routines. So I mean, I was happy with that. Coaches were happy. And I mean, like you said, it is an honor to be on the team and be selected for that. So.
Well, I think I speak for Sooner Nation whenever I say you guys have really made us proud, and good luck, Allan, on the rest of your remaining schedule.
Thank you.
This year.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys in Studio D.
Thanks, Matt. Well, OU women's basketball pulled off quite the upset over Baylor. They snapped their 25-game winning streak. Mason, Kansas, however, was a different story.
That's right. A huge win on Wednesday against number 4 Baylor, but unfortunately on senior night, the Sooners couldn't get it done against Kansas, falling 65 to 58. Kaylin Williams was a bright spot for the Crimson Cream, however. She finished with 20 points and 9 boards. Shireen Campbell-Olds and Maddie Manning were both strong defensively. Campbell finished with 3 steals, and Manning added 2 blocks, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. They finished their season tonight against Oklahoma State.
Well, the softball team definitely made a statement on Saturday, defeating the IPFW Mastodons with a 9-0 victory.
Mighty fine Mastodons.
With only 4.5 innings. 4.5 innings. Who does that, right? They scored 5 runs in the first inning alone. This is their 6th shutout of the year with their 7th run rule win. Let's see if they can keep this streak going as they compete in the Courtyard by Marriott tournament this weekend.
Well, it was a good weekend for the baseball team as they took 3 out of 4 against BYU this weekend. Taylor Oswald went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs on Thursday to give the Sooners a 7-6 win. Jeff Curran struck out 7 over 7 1/3 innings, excuse me right there. And Adam Choplik was lights out on Saturday. He struck out 7 over 6 1/3 innings. OU takes on University of Arkansas Little Rock tomorrow in Norman.
Well, Mason.
Yes, Heather.
Would you believe me if I told you the Sooners broke their own record from last home meet?
Impossible.
Oh, well, no, sir. No.
No.
They did, and they are definitely on fire with a record score of 457.3, breaking from that 456.4, defeating the Fighting Illini of Illinois on Friday. Hey, I guess they didn't have enough fight in them, with the Sooners having 24 scores of 15 or higher, exceeding the program records on floor, pommel horse, and steel rings events. It'll be the sight to see if they can keep shattering these records as they take on the Cal Bears in Berkeley, California.
Mighty fine.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next in Face Off, we're debating which team wins their Big 12 tournament. Plus, we've got gymnast Chayse Caps in studio. We'll talk with her. I've got a Clancy chant going on right now because I'm talking to Grant Clancy from the rugby team, and you guys have a Big 12 championship this weekend. Talk about thoughts going into that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a young team, a lot of new players, and we got a new coaching staff, and it really should be a good time. We got 10 of the 12 Big 12 teams coming out, including West Virginia, which is a pretty long trek for them.
Right.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's also has your guys' first face-off question.
Bring it on.
So, here we go.
All right. Will Blake Bell make it in the NFL? And if so, what round in the draft?
I would take Blake Bell in no later than the 5th round. He caught 16 passes. 4 of those were for touchdowns. And he played a little quarterback. I don't know if you know that, Heather. So he's got a high football IQ.
I didn't know that, man.
No, well, I'm telling you right now. Oh, see that guy in the yellow shirt right there? That's me. He's good looking right there.
Oh, man.
All right, your turn.
Okay, well, the Belldozer will demolish, I think, early in the 4th round at the earliest. He did average in the combine. Nothing really to write home about. And that quarterback transition to tight end, I think, is what's making NFL teams just a little cautious. But you also have to look. This guy's a freak of nature. 6'6", 252. He can definitely do some damage. So definitely in the 4th round, I think, is where he's going to be.
All right, which team will win the Big 12 tournament, men's or women's basketball?
Well, watch out, because the men are starting to hit their stride. They've won 8 out of the past 9 games. OU started the same 5 guys in every game this season. Not a whole lot of teams can say that. And right now, they control their own destiny for the Big 12 championship. That's huge for them. Let's see if they can get it rolling in the month of March.
Well, the women's basketball team is unstoppable in the conference now, and it's not going to stop in the tournament. You saw how rallied up they got for Baylor, and we're not going to talk about Kansas. Don't really know what happened there. We're just going to let that one slide. But they're 12-4 in conference play. Do you know the last time they've been in that record? It's 2011 to 2012. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Wow, that's impressive.
So if they can get past Oklahoma State tonight in Stillwater, then they're going to be unstoppable in this tournament.
Okay.
All right, well, third face-off question is coming from gymnast Natalie Brown.
Which spring sport is off to the best start?
Well, softball is off to a 14-3 start, and they haven't even played a home game yet, which is really impressive. They're ranked 4th in the nation right now, and they are on fire. They're only going to get hotter as that mercury rises.
Well, the men's tennis team has aced the start of the season after winning the 2015 ITA Indoor Championship. It's not a bad way to start the season, don't you think?
Not bad at all.
And they defeated Florida State 4-0 this past weekend for its 12th win this season. And, you know, with players like Axel Alvarez, can I say that right?
No,
yes.
you got it now.
Dane Webb, this team has definitely caught national attention in the best way possible.
Yep.
All right, well, crowd, it's time to get rowdy because we're picking our face-off winner. Cheer your loudest for whoever you think is our winner. Was it Mason? Yeah! Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Or was it Heather?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think
Thank
Heather
you.
got that one. Good job, Heather.
Yes.
It's now time for our tweet of the week. This one coming from gymnast Hunter Justice. He retweeted Stick Media for the tweet of the week. Cynics may think that OU's scores are inflated. Who cares what they think? OU men's gymnastics is now competing at an unprecedented level. Don't go anywhere because coming up next, the inspiring story of OU women's gymnastics team manager. Stay with us.
Special thanks to our cornerstone television partners, Chesapeake Energy, Riverwind Resort, Anheuser-Busch, OU Outreach, OU Alumni Association, OU Medicine, and the OU President's Associates.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. The top-ranked OU women's gymnastics team and defending national champions are no stranger to talent and perseverance. Hunter McKee reports on the team manager's path to the Crimson and Cream.
Growing up in a small town in Iowa, all Alyssa Pinkley knew was gymnastics. She worked hard as a child and in high school to become one of the best gymnasts in her area.
At that level, it's very intense. You practice twice a day. It takes up so much more time than anyone thinks when you're in that level.
What she didn't know was that an unexpected obstacle would crop up, a collapsed hip.
It was devastating. Gymnastics was my life, and my goal was the Olympics. And with getting to the level elite, I thought I was almost there. And when my hip started hurting, I've never had injuries up till then, and I really didn't know how to take it. It took up for those 6 years of surgeries to finally realize I couldn't do gymnastics anymore. Not doing gymnastics and hearing that from the doctor was probably the worst news of my life.
Alyssa would have to turn to something other than competing in order to stay active in the sport she loved.
They offered me at my club to coach, and I kept letting it down because I just couldn't be in the gym without doing gymnastics. And finally one day I started coaching. It's not the same as doing it, but I still tell myself that every day here. But being with a great team and great coaches, and being around the atmosphere, traveling with the team, it just puts in a different perspective of gymnastics for me. Asked me, come visit out here, see if you like it, and I loved it here. And they came back to me and offered me a manager's position. And I am working with the #1 gymnastics team in the country. For right now, it's a great opportunity.
What pushes Alyssa is the joy she still finds from being at competitions with her teammates.
What's exciting about being on the floor is once the girls finish their routine and all the excitement in the gym, it's just cheering that one girl on or the whole team. It's just very exciting, and it's kind of hard to explain what it is. I mean, as not doing gymnastics, but as being down on the floor, it's just fun being on the floor too.
There have been several inspirational people in her life since her injuries forced her to make a career change, especially her family.
There was times I wanted to give up. There was one point I was like, I can't do this anymore. My parents have been, one of the main. Obviously Kelly as my physical therapist, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better physical therapist. I wouldn't be walking and doing the things I am today without the PT I got. So many people that have helped me through this route and get me to where I am today.
Alyssa didn't have a clear plan with what would happen after her surgeries. It just happened.
I never thought I'd be in Oklahoma. Everything happens for a reason, so where I am today is crazy, but obviously it's led up to why I'm here.
Well, there is one thing for certain. Alyssa Pinkley's loss turned out to be OU Gymnastics' gain. Reporting from the Sam Bierson Center, Hunter McKee, Sooner Sports Pad.
Thanks so much, Hunter. Well, the women's gymnastics team will be facing off with number 3 Florida on Friday. And Stephanie Couture right here, she told me that this is the national championship rematch. So it's going to be a good one. Be sure to go out and support them. Also, we have Chayse Caps over there with Mason and Heather, guys.
Chayse, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
All right, you guys are 12-0 so far this season, the #1 team in the nation. What goes into a 12-0 start? What goes into an undefeated season?
Well, we've been taking it one step at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, whatever you want to call it. And, I mean, every meet is a new meet, and so we just go in trying our best, putting our best foot forward, and just doing whatever we can and working on the details every single day so that we can achieve what we want in the end.
Now, last year you tied for first with Florida in the national championship. They're coming here to face off again. To you, is this round 2 of the national championship, or how do you see this meet?
I mean, yes and no. It's a new year. We lost some seniors last year. We've gained some freshmen. So they have also had the same. So therefore, it's 2 completely new teams, a completely new year. I think it's just another meet that we have to conquer.
You guys have been ranked #1 all season long. Is that extra weight on your shoulder? Do you guys think about that at all season long?
Not necessarily. Each week is its own week. All the teams, they put their best foot forward. We put our best foot forward, and where the rankings fall is what happens. Our focus is mainly on each week, putting our best foot forward, as I said before, and working towards the end. So,
obviously, you are extremely busy with practices in school and being on the team. What do you do for fun? And what is your life like outside of gymnastics?
I mean, not much. We focus a lot on grades. We do a lot of traveling this year. We've already traveled to 4 or 5 meets, and so there's not much time for anything else. But, I mean, in the gym every day we have a blast. It's a team atmosphere, and I would not trade it for the world.
There you go.
All right, well, you're not off the hook yet. Allison has an audience question for you.
I do. This one is coming from John.
You have Florida coming up soon. How intense will that meet be?
Well, it's going to be one to watch. It's probably going to be the most exciting meet that we've had in a long time, and we're just super excited for the audience to get to take part in this because, I mean, it's going to be the meet of the season. So.
All right, it's going to be one for the books. Don't miss it. Don't go anywhere because we're playing Sooner Sports Pad Challenge. Catchphrase. It's going to be a fun one.
Okay, it's a commercial. It's a, like, I hurt my leg. Like,
it's a break.
It's a break. It's a break.
We'll be right back. It's a break. That was so bad.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Coming up this Little Rock Tuesday night at 6, and they start their series with Purdue Friday night at 6. It continues Saturday at 2, Sunday at 1. The battle of the co-national champions, OU Women's Gymnastics, hosting Florida Friday night at 7. For a complete schedule, check your local listings or head over to Soonersports.tv. Well, it's now time for this week's Sooner Sports Pad Challenge. We have gymnast Chayse Caps, and we also have someone from the rugby team. Kellen, he's going to be on Heather's team. Mason is going to be on Chayse's team.
Yes.
And we're playing catchphrase. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so it is a race.
A relay.
You're getting warmer. Keep going.
Just give like 2 words.
And what's another word for a marathon?
Long distance run.
Well, it involves numbers.
26.2.
No, go lower, lower.
13.2.
Nope,
13.1.
lower.
They're never gonna get it.
6.1. 5K.
Yes.
2K.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it right in time.
when you're a kid and you like spray someone in the face with this, it's
Silly string?
Oh my
Really?
gosh, fire!
Really?
Yes.
not punching, but
boxing.
The other thing.
Wrestling.
Oh my God. Babies do this before they can walk.
Crawl.
Oh my gosh. You got it.
Yes.
You're done. You're done.
No. You got it.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right, that's
okay.
What is this? The game is not over. The game's not over.
All right.
Okay, you
We're
ready?
close. We're close.
Yeah.
Okay. Heather, your
start.
team. I gotta start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of major league, it's
minor league.
You can't say league.
I can't say. I'm sorry.
All right, fail.
Yeah, next.
It's now tied, 1-1.
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's all right.
He's a famous swimmer.
Michael Phelps.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you hit this in a pocket, you lose at pool.
Scratch. The cue
It's
ball?
black.
The 8 ball.
There you
All right,
go.
come on.
Yes. No.
All right. You throw this. You try to get away from it. It's a game. You throw it at people.
Dodgeball.
Nice.
Yes.
Just drops the mic like Beyonce. What is this?
When you're fishing, you use this to catch
A lure.
fish.
A lure. A rod. A reel. Rod and
The
reel.
thing at the end.
Oh, a bobber. A hook. A hook. Fishing hook. Fishing bait. Fishing bait.
Yes, and the box it goes in.
Oh my God.
All right, let's keep going.
What
We've got
happened?
About 45 seconds.
Okay.
Late.
No, we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll
Let's
get
see
it.
if you guys
Okay.
can tie it
So
up.
got it.
no, that's not a good one. Oh.
You
what did I do?
stopped it. There.
Okay. What is this?
This isn't charades.
You do this in the
Lift
gym.
weights.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are pretty good.
Okay.
All right, Mason, can you guys tie it up?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. It's a track thing, and they run and they lift themselves over a bar.
Pole vault.
There you go. Yes.
All right. You hit this when you get thrown at it and you hit it. You swing it.
A tennis ball.
No, you swing it.
Use a baseball bat.
Gosh.
All right, guys. And let's
Gosh.
let Allan
We're still going.
and Heather, our winner. Thanks so much
Yes.
for
Oh
joining
my
us.
God.
We'll see you next week.
Runners wear on their
Spikes. Track spikes. Track cleats. Track cleats. I don't know.
Simple.
Shoes. Running shoes.
You're done.
Running
We're
shoes.
done.